All right, this one's going to be fun. Okay, so karma, reincarnation. This is a hot button topic where, people think that they've lived rough lives in the past and they did things that they regret and that they have to pay for them in this lifetime. This is an absolute lie. This is an absolute lie. This is the whole entire reason that we reincarnate, is so that we can start off as innocent little babies and grow up again. Now, does that mean that we are not carrying the energies of the past lives? No, we absolutely are. That's exactly how learning happens. You have to mess up. You have to stumble. You have to fail. That's how masters learn. But in this system that we experience here, there is multiple levels of manipulation that keep us from understanding what happens on the soul level. And the soul level, if we were to think about it in terms of us having a soul after we're not in this body anymore, by all the restrictions and levels of distraction that we have in this reality that keep us from exploring the soul level inside of the body, it makes it super easy for you to be very confused and mistaken outside of the body. We don't have up, down, left, right, forward, backwards inside of soul. What we have is awareness. We have sensation, we have epiphany, we have emotion. And in order to be able to move on that level, you have to know how to move those energies. And that's one of the reasons why energy work is so important here in this lifetime, so that we can really understand what is happening with our soul. That way, when you do get outside of your body, you don't get lied to. You can understand exactly who you are and what you are, and you can tune into the light of God inside of you, the light of the Creator that you are a part of inside of you, and not have to pay attention to the outside. Because this whole entire reality is designed to keep you from looking inside and paying attention to the outside. And so we keep those patterns when we're not in a body anymore. And in particular, the moon, like this one right here, this is kind of controversial to say this, but the moon is not natural. It can't be. Like the smallest planetary moon satellite that we see in our solar system and any other solar system that we look into is a ratio of 1 to 10. Our moon is a ratio of 1 to 4. It is a 25% size mass of our own Earth. And the gravimetric understanding is impossible. This can't happen. Like the moon has to be hollow. There's no other way around it. And it's tidally locked. It's only got one point facing at us all the time. This is also impossible. Everything else that we can observe in nature is spinning. Like there's no way for it to be this way unless it's artificially induced. Now, the actual mechanics of this, the moon is I guess you could say the observatory space where so if we're looking at Saturn, Saturn has a massive, massive storm at its pole. And this storm, this cyclone is so big that you could fit, I believe it's like 20 something Earths inside of it. That's how big this torsion field is. And the actual shape of this is a hexagon. It's a 6-sided figure that is created by a vortex. Where else in nature does this ever happen? This is impossible. You'll never find anything like this because this torsion is being compressed. It's the magnetic field of the planet is being manipulated with. And there's multiple levels of interference, physical, etheric, multidimensional, that is compressing this vortex into this 6-sided shape. And when you look at a cube, a 3-dimensional cube, and you turn it on its side, if you're looking at it from one of the points downwards, it is a 6-sided shape. And this is what we're seeing on multiple levels here. It's that force of that vortexing that is then being linked into whatever's happening in the moon. I can't tell you if that's like physical machinery or if it's an etheric construct. I have no idea. I don't understand that much. But what I do know is the connection. And this vortexing, it's tuned to human soul. And so when you're no longer tethered in your body, where this is your home, this is the space that you're at until you're no longer in it anymore. Once you're outside of it, you're subject to the current of what is happening with this pole. And it pulls you directly in through the moon level into the reincarnation trap. And this is where you have what might appear as family members or Jesus or Buddha or Muhammad or whatever your religious figure is that you subscribe to in this lifetime, who will come and tell you that look at all of these things that you left undone. Look at all of these regrets that you have. Look at all of these things that you did that were not good. You have to go back and you have to fix it. But you did bad things in this lifetime. You had bad things in lifetimes before. You have to have limitations in this next life that you go into in order for you to complete your quote karma. And this is nothing more than a lie. This is all a trick that is designed to put you into a space to where you agree to have negative things happen to you in your next lifetime so that you will experience negative emotions. And these negative emotions are being fed upon by lower astral beings that don't know anything other than these negative emotions. And they need food. They need sustenance. Their battery is constantly running out and they need to keep refilling it. And one of the easiest ways for them to do that is to simply find where there's pain, where there's discordance, disharmony, and to siphon it up. And so this is where we end up with a lot of these etheric entities, implants, things that limit human evolution, limit human healing. Why? Specifically for no other reason than they need to eat and they're starving, and they'll do anything in their power to make sure that they do that. The secret is to understand who you are. The secret is to understand your own resonance and who you are and where you came from. Like, you are literally a spark of creation, literally a spark of creation. And if you find yourself suddenly not in your body anymore, the earthly vessel is gone, one of the easiest things that you can do is recognize that you ignore everything on the outside and you ignite the light inside. And this will magnetize you out of this field. Now, me personally, I don't want to leave. Like, we got work to do. Like, we have not just the people who are stuck inside of this, but the beings that are doing this. They're separated from creation. They're separated from creator. Like, they don't have knowledge of it. They can't experience it. They have no ability to feel it. And like, if we're looking at the emotional spectrum, the energetic spectrum, unconditional love, unconditional fear, and in the very center, neutrality, numbness. They only know everything from numbness down into fear. They have no knowledge of the light. They have no knowledge of anything positive because it does not exist to them. And that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. And so if I find myself outside of my body, what I'm going to do is come back in through the reincarnational cycle again, specifically not agreeing to anything. And I'm going to come into this and do the exact same work that I'm doing right now. Why? Because if I were separated away from source, I would be beyond grateful for somebody to show me what gratitude feels like. That's why we're here. It's not just the people that are stuck inside of this. It's the whole entire system. We're here to spread light inside of this darkness. We're here to spread light inside of this place that is not good and wholesome and loving. There's a lot of messed up stuff happening on this planet right now. And the only reason that it's happening is because it's a symptom of the lack that not just humans, but these beings are experiencing. And these beings are doing everything in their power to keep humans in the space where they're hurting, where they're not exploring, where they're not evolving, and to keep us stuck in a very specific framework to where we can't leave. You know, like, if you spend your entire lifetime paying attention to the outside and you never go into the inside, it's very easy to be misled. And that's one of the reasons why we're here, is to bring the unconscious into consciousness, to go into these subtle energetic spaces inside of the body and make them so powerful that they're no longer subtle, that they can start moving out into the reality around us. That's really why we're here. That's why we're doing this. So thank you for listening.